Hello. I'm afraid you've logged on to pretty much the ending of this stream because I think that I'm gonna have to shut the stream down soonish. Probably 15 more minutes or so. But good that you popped by. I'm playing Archeage, or kinda. Running around and doing absolutely nothing other than just grinding, killing stuff, and fumbling and failing. I think I've changed my spec like 4 times in the last hour.
The number on your bag icon is in a town warehouse to free up more space.
I don't have a schedule yet, but I think I will in the near future. I'll figure out a schedule and have a couple of days where I play late, and probably most of the time it'll be early in the morning before I go to work. I know for a fact that I'll be streaming tomorrow probably around 2 PM Danish time, which would be 1 PM British time. Because I have a super early shift at work tomorrow. I get off at about 1, so I should have time to go home. Let's see, I got 1 point that I can spend on something. I think I'll grab this one, just to increase, let's see, 20-second debuff that increases received damage by 12%. I'll go with that. And I think I'll want to put that on this one, number 6. Yeah, it's just that at the moment there's a vacation at the school where I work, so my work schedule is kind of different every week. And tomorrow is an early one, 7 in the morning to 1 PM. I think it might have launched in Korea. I'm not sure if it's launched. Well, I mean, I know it hasn't launched in the West because it's still alpha at the moment, but the NDA is lifted. I hope. I think on the 17th or so they'll open up a closed beta session. Let's see, number 2, craft a hereafter stone. I should probably have figured out how to do that. Be somewhere around here. Is it here, maybe? Alchemy table? What does it say? Use a stonemason workbench. Cooking pot, soup. Medicine, something something. Oh, I need to bind here before I die and get lost or something. Workbench? That's not it. Oh, up here maybe. I'm not really sure how I'm liking the game. I mean, I played it maybe a month ago or 2 months ago, and I really wasn't impressed with it. It's a little bit better now, but I guess it's just not my kind of game, to be honest. What am I building? Hereafter stone. Hereafter. should be enough. There we go. Something, something, blah blah blah, craft. I don't know, I just don't... I think I like the Secret World better, mainly because it feels like it has more potential build-wise. This game seems very limited in terms of builds when you're used to the Secret World. I like the graphics though, they're kinda neat. I think it's probably because this is an Asian game and it's PvP oriented, and I'm not really a huge fan of that. Let's see, report to whatever his name is. And he's over there. So, this way. Oh, loads of mages and stuff in the way. Nope. I haven't... I don't think I've even heard of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, but if it tries to go back to old school EverQuest, that's probably not a very good idea. I mean, there are tons of people that always talk about how they want the old EverQuest days back, but as soon as they get in-game, they're like, holy crap, this takes ages, this is no fun. They don't like to grind, and EverQuest 1 was grindy. Very, very grindy. Let's just kill Step Fox and bears. I can do that. Well, I mean, as long as they're aiming at a small market and they're designing their MMO so that it works with a small market, because the problem with EverQuest 1 is that it definitely does not work if you don't have a fairly large player base.
To resize your quest tracker, hover your mouse cursor over the bottom of the frame, then click and drag.
Click and drag. Yeah, I tried that, but I would rather move my quest tracker. But that is not allowed for some reason. Oh, say hi to Kragex for me. I started playing a little bit Smite. And that's probably the only really competitive game I'm playing at the moment. MMO-wise, I'm just really, really casual. And Smite, I'm just a noob at Smite. And then occasionally I log into Neverwinter and get the money that people send for doing my dungeon in there. I never finished my second dungeon. I kinda lost interest in the game. One button game for the win. Click, click, click. It's probably still insane. I don't know. I mean, I saw a video today where he just pummeled everything. Yeah, in Smite. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of League of Legends. I played a little bit of Dota in Warcraft 3. And then when League of Legends came out, I gave it a try, but people were just... they were a bit too hardcore for me. this thing where it prioritizes getting up on the horse over clicking loot is really doing my head in. I have to admit, I signed up for Heroes of the Storm today, but I really don't think that's gonna be a great game. I absolutely hate the community in Blizzard games. They tend to be so hostile, and you know, mix that up with a MOBA game, and then it's just, that's insane. People are crazy. Crazy. Playing Age of Wonders 3 and watching X-Files. Well, you can only watch so much X-Files before you run out of episodes. And then you'll have to find an MMO or something to play. Mount up. And avoid all these monsters. I think I watched most of them back when they were airing on television. It's a great series. It's kind of interesting. This game, level 1 to 10 went really fast, and 10 to 13 is kind of slowing down, and friends of mine told me that level 20 is just even slower. I don't know. I don't like grinding that much with these silly quests. There are so many just gathering things. It's boring. I mean, it's kind of bad when you're already getting bored of it by level 13, but that's kind of how I feel. I don't know. I don't really see the catch. I mean, if you miss the Holy Trinity, you should really try out, if you haven't already, the Secret World. I mean, you need the Holy Trinity for endgame dungeons and raids. And then, you know, if you want to, you can make a survival build and pretty much kill all the lower end dungeons. Yeah, I think it's silly when they try to make MMOs that don't have the Trinity, because no, it's buy to play or whatever. But there's a link in on my Twitch thing, and it's about £5 or so for the game, maybe 6. And then you don't pay a subscription unless you want to, and you don't really need to pay a subscription unless you. It's actually, the subscription is actually more suited for the people that don't play as much, because you get a potion that you can use every 16 hours. It gives you a buff for 1 hour. But, you know, if you want, you could just send me a message on Twitch with your email, and I'll send you a buddy key. And then you can try the game for, I think it's 30 missions or 72 hours. Then you can just try it out, and if you don't like it, no harm done. Oh, what's this? It's a cornflower. Hey, Olan. No, well, I don't know if I switch games much. I've always done that. I enjoy playing different games. I'm still playing The Secret World, but I also like to try out other things. This one is a game I had, and it's been like a month or so since I played it, so I wanted to give it a try and see if I enjoyed it, and I really don't. What's this? Oblivion Rift. No idea what it is. But at least the music is not as annoying as it was earlier. Let's see. Kill mountain bear. Bear mountain poachers. It just, I don't know, the whole design of this game is just so old school, and the whole running out and kill quest upon kill quest upon kill quest, and I mean, I'm sure there's a story somewhere, I'm not seeing it. And that's why this game doesn't really appeal to me at the moment. And the thing is, it feels really pleasant, kind of, but it has full PvP stuff. So I wouldn't exactly call it Candyland. Bring. That means someone subscribed. Awesome. Thank you, whoever that was. I still need to set it up so I can actually see who it was that subscribed. Sorry, not subscribed. Followed. Thank you. Ooh. I better heal myself. Alt 4. I have other tricks up my sleeve. I'm just kind of lazy and just click the button. Thanks for the subscribe, Zealot A. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. What is this? A flower? It is a flower. 20 XP. And something for my inventory. Nice, good job. So you've done your first nightmare dungeon today, and I still haven't unlocked any of those yet. I need to do some of the elite ones, but I just don't have the patience for it. You're pure DPS, aren't you, Orlin? Because I made a healer build, and if you're tanky or something, then you can pick any dungeon you want to do. What am I supposed to do? Report to some guy. Let's go do that then. Let's see, I need to go here. River span. This way. Yeah. Go, horsey. Oh, peaceful zone, so I can't. There we go. Charge. It's my third or something, fourth maybe, but the other characters I didn't really play. This is the first time I've actually sort of read stuff as I played. View the task board. Probably need to get off my horse, maybe. The Huda is waiting for you, ever patient. Are you still devoted to the mercy of Nui? Nui rules over nothing but the world of the dead, but you are not dead. Yet. Blah 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 blah. Click, follow the Huda. I'm on Omega server. My two other characters were on Alpha, on the Alpha server. But back then the game had Korean voices, and it just didn't seem that well polished, and I wasn't really enjoying it, so I stopped playing after about, I don't know, an hour or so. On this character I have played, let's see, /played, does that work? Nope. /born, it doesn't work either. Oh well. /nothing. I don't know how long I played. 3 hours maybe on this one. No! Slow horse. Okay. Can I run? I can dash. Woohoo. Dashing. You'd think that it was fast if you used your horse whilst carrying these rolls of cloth, I guess it is, but sadly it isn't. Can I use a potion while I'm sprinting? I can, but that cancels the sprint. Oh. That's good. I mean, I guess that means you're enjoying the game. I wish I could say the same. I don't know, I probably need to see the charm of it or something, I don't know. It's just this constant quest thing going from one NPC to the next. Of course I'm skipping all the chat and stuff, but that really doesn't interest me. So for me it just feels like a chore when it's like, there are so many quests and they give so little XP. It's like 1000 XP is what? 6 kills? 8 kills? I don't know, it's just running into a city and looking for all these exclamation marks. That doesn't really feel interesting to me. I'm sure there's story, but meh. I think it's because originally I looked at the game and I thought, this is gonna be cool because it has all these elements of being able to make your own class, but then I found out that you can't really mix and match the different classes to your taste. I mean, you can, but you're gonna gimp yourself, so you kind of need to pick something that synergizes. You know, like, I'll use this one that puts a stunny something on the target, and then I can use this one, which will then do... You look at the bottom, it says consumes a target's charm debuff to inflict an additional 26% damage. It's just that the stun lasts 2 seconds, and this is a 2-second cast time, so I can barely do that. I can barely do a combo with these. There are other things where I can do combos, of course, but it just... I don't know. Well, the thing is, I don't want to play an MMO where I have to quest to level up, or where grinding is a better alternative of leveling. I mean, I think it's probably because the combat in this game just doesn't feel fun. It feels very, very rigid. Whenever I'm attacking, it feels like I'm stuck where I'm at. And I'm just not used to that. I'm definitely a bigger fan of the sort of fluid Guild Wars-y kind of stuff. I mean, with this one, it's like jumping off the horse and it gets in the way, and then I'm using these, and it's like pew 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 pew. Pressing number 3 and then number 4, and I'm stuck, can't move, combo. It's just... I think it's also due to all the high cooldowns at the moment. It's like I don't feel that it's effective for me to fight an enemy unless my cooldowns are actually up and ready. I'm sure it's a very grindy game. I mean, it's Asian and they usually are super grindy. But I just thought that, you know, we've moved out of 2000-ish in terms of games. If you guys can hear shouting in the background, is because my girlfriend is watching football and she is rooting for a team that I think just scored. I hope I didn't ruin it for anyone watching the match. I actually might, because Orland usually watches it, so I hope he muted me. Sorry, Orland. I forgot you were watching. I don't know. I think maybe what I really just wanted from an MMO was not to be locked down by these annoying quest hubs and having to run back and forth. You know, if I wanted to, I could just go out, kill some stuff, and get useful stuff off of them. It feels like I'm killing mobs that don't really drop anything. And then every now and then, you know, I can get off my mount and right-click something, which is kind of cool. I like that aspect of it. I just don't understand why it has this labor thingy, where I can only do this X amount of times in a period. I guess it just very much feels like a game that was designed for a cash shop. And I know that in the Western world it'll be different. But nonetheless, it feels like the game. Is there any way I can see what my ping is? Yeah, I'm playing from Denmark, so it's probably about the same. I mean, we're not that far apart. Do you know if there's a way to tell the ping? I'm like looking around the screen thinking, where's my ping at? Pew, 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 pew. Oh, the undead. They're gone. There's something glowing here. Oh. Probably wasn't anything. And the horsey goes all the way around. Is he gonna pull aggro now? Hey, yep. Great. Smack. Oh well. It's probably around 100-ish, 200-ish, I don't know. Forgotten champion. But yeah, the thing is, I mean, it's not that this is a bad game, it's probably just that I'm not the market for it. PvP doesn't really interest me, I'm not really a big fan of crafting either. And then I guess I just feel that the way that it works when I'm like, yeah, as you're saying, the queuing, that just seems really broken. And I'm hoping they add more tree thingies to the game, so that you can make more varied builds. And hopefully, which I don't think they will ever do, but I'm kind of hoping that they'll make a more intuitive design, really. I mean, this whole thing where you mouse over a skill and then you look at what kind of debuff does it have. Oh, this one has like a purple thingy with a foot in a trap kind of thing, and then you're looking here to see which skills synergize with that. I mean, that entire skill system is just so ancient and so badly designed. I mean, especially when you come from a game like The Secret World, you know, where if I want to see if two skills synergize inside the game, I just click search, and then I search for frenzy and find all the skills that have a frenzy element or whatever. for build making, it ends up being one of these games where the majority of the players will just listen to whatever some guy says is the best build, which is a shame. Because it should be easier for people to figure out how can I make a good build. I don't even think the majority of the players in this game are gonna focus on stuff like combos and even figure out how that works. See, this should be a combo. It was a combo. Half the time it doesn't work because the stun wears out before I can actually fire off the combo follow-up. I could go back and hand it in. Let's see, what else? Defeat the armies of oh, that's elite, so that I guess that's a dungeon thing. The undead army appears each day at 2 AM and 2 PM. Oh, it's 3. Oh well. Almost done? Cool. Oops. Let's see, where am I even headed here? I'm headed down to number 2, collect special mushrooms. I could do that. Mushroom! Get off my horsey. Extract special mushroom. I did that in the secret world and the screen got all woogie. But then again, I didn't just extract it, I ate it too. Loads of glowy thingies here. I wonder if I could collect more than these 5. I think that's one of the cool things I like with this game, the fact that you can go over the limit, so to speak, with your quests and pick up more than you actually need. Yay! 6 out of 5. Awesome. We'll get more XP, I hope. Or maybe better loot. Maybe you know that, Zealot. Do you get like better loot when you overachieve, or more XP, or is it an entirely different quest that you kind of unlock? Jumping up on my horsey. These are stronger. How many hit points does this guy have? I could probably kill him. Oh, so you just get more XP. Let's see. Number 4 says, find the source of the strange red light in the fortress. Stand on top of it, and then you find the source. Okay. Boom. Alright. Kill the Wraith Commander Warjim. Alright. Warjim, where you at? There he is. Clicking, clicking. There we go. So, can I do that? I can, but it'll probably get me killed. Gotta dismount, heal myself. Uh-oh. He hurts. Too young to die? Ooh. You lost 1000 XP. Who knows?
Health and mana by praying to the goddess Nui at a shrine.
I'm gonna play my instrument. Oh! I actually missed that part about restoring XP. Let's see, let's get back up on the horsey. Where am I? I'm right here. That's good. I can finish off some of my quests and it's time for me to log off, so that death wasn't that badly timed after all. What's this armor? Glowy. Cloth. Because I want to be a spellcaster. My horse leveled up. It is now level 13. So 2 more levels and then I can use kick and trip, which will then unlock that yellowy thingy on the target where it's like they fell down. Do I have any skills that can use that? Nope, nope, and nope. I might later though. I don't know. Ooh, this one will work with that one. It's okay. I'm not gonna get the XP back right now, but then again, it's only 1000 XP, and you know, how much do I have on the bar? 500-ish out of 23k, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's see what I got from the quest, then I can log off on that note after I've seen what I got. A bunch of clothy things. Sleeves. Ooh. And they're part of a set which is... Ooh, nice. So, I guess it's just a rare chance that you get a blue item, and you're lucky, because when I did the previous one, only the helmet was blue, and I just figured that maybe that's how it works, that, you know, you're guaranteed to get a blue helmet. That's interesting. So maybe this will be blue. Ooh, it was. Or maybe that's just because the quality tier is like that. I don't know. Now I lost my super duper bonus from the leather. I had the 7 set one, but I lost that. But that's okay. I'd rather have this and then get more... What am I getting? More intelligence and spirit. What does that do? I don't even know what the stats do. I'm a bad player. Bad player. Let's see. Strength. Melee attack. Parry. Melee accuracy, melee range block. Intelligence gives me magic attack, 0.2 per point, so that's probably not a bad idea to start investing in some more intelligence. I have 59 now, so this spell deals 35. Cool. I think actually changing just 3 pieces made it go up from about 27-ish to, or 30-ish to 35. And spirit, what does that do? Increases magic defense and healing power, increases health and mana regen speed and all accuracy. Cool. So I've gone up a lot in terms of my mana regen. Post cast. Oh, so in this game when you're in combat your mana regen is essentially the same if you're not using it, so as soon as you cast a spell for 5 seconds you'll get a lower mana regen, and then when you're not casting... Interesting. So I guess you should use auto attack when you're kinda low or when you don't really need to cast in order to maximize your gain. Magic accuracy 100%. Okay. Magic crit rate. Cool. Crit damage. I guess that could be raised somehow with an item or a skill or something. 9.8% crit on my heals. Cool. Healing power could be better. I guess that would explain why my heals are not really healing that much. Okay, enough with the hippie music. Time for me to log off and get some sleep because I have a super early job thingy tomorrow. I'm tired. When I'm tired, I blabber. Anyways, I'll be streaming tomorrow around 2 p.m. Central European Time. 1 p.m. British time. And I'll probably stream for 3-ish or 4 hours or so. Let's see if I can figure out how to log out of this game. Exit game. Game will close in some seconds. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the future, and feel free to follow if you haven't already done so.